Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. This defense for the Jets, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Throwing Jones. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now Jones. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. That catch good for only a couple. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. On fourth down, Jones. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Bucs try it on fourth down but come up empty. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. He's coming. Watch out now, 50 Fury. Double up.
On first down, Lance being chased out left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. Steal, black. Mike 50, Mike 50.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
51. Green. Hey, here we go. Watch that.
Here's Lance to throw it. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Buccaneers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Back to throw. Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
A first down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Green Jacks. Under 10, under 10, 10.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. Lance now to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. We're scoreless after 1. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. This will go to Henry out wide. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and the lead grows to 10-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation. would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36. Looking to throw. Jones. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 16.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Fourth down coming as the Bucs send on Cairo Santos for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Now Lance. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Mike 51. What's the run?
A first down carry for Barkley. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Lance. flushed out right. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That catch good for only a couple.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to it and hold it for just a short gain.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Situation, let's go. Mark 50, hey.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Santos with the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Check 52 blaster.
On second down, here's Barkley. And some room to work. Pushes him aside at the 45. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley. And another 1st and 10 here. Towards the end zone for Brown. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
The kick is good.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. He's going deep for Brown, and he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Man left, man left. Even. 4 down, even. Hey, check right.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. He's going deep for Brown. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a play fake here on first. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. Santos' kick is up and through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Now Saquon Barkley, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And Chris Barnes there on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Twist. Let's go. Mike 51. Yellow blue. 51. I want that. Give me that ball, defense.
Lance looking to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Lucky.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
Oh, yeah!
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Let's go, Mike 50.
And Lance going to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Saquon Barkley. with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taking it about the 1. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
2nd and 10. Off play action. Jones. Flush to his right. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The New York offense taking over for their next possession, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
90 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Play action, now it's Lance. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Throwing now is Lance. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Bucs are going to get the football back at their own 17. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Now a throw here to his running back. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. 88 yards. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose.
Now the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown. This is something that we saw quite a bit at Oklahoma, and we'll be seeing it more and more on the NFL level as well. Marquise Brown going Hollywood. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Azeez Ojulari in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Let's calm the crowd. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
To throw, it's Lance. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Tight end right.
From the gun, it's Lance. Eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game, and when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Back to the NFL scoreboard for a second, 3rd quarter in Indy. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success,
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? And Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 187 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 2nd down at 4.
Let's go. Mike 51. Mike 22 needle. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. So don't say nothing. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Back to throw. Lance. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit. Flushed out right. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
The Bucs on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Henry. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
And we're going 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Watch the slant. And we're going 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Howard has the first down and then some. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Back to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 23-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones escaping the pressure right. Looking for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jalen Waddle. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Lance now on 1st down. Flush to his right. He's got the first down and more past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10.
Undercrush, undercrush.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Check.
Switch, yellow.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Eluding the pressure right. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Watch the
10 cycle.
pass. Show it 8. Show it 8.
Red cycle.
51.
From midfield, here's Lance. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Mike's 50.
And they'll go for it. Lance. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Boy, that was a big gamble for them right there. They went for it on 4th down, showed a little chutzpah because they did it with the lead here in the 4th quarter. And this defense is once again unable to stop them.
Check the outs, check the outs. Check, check, check.
On 1st down, Barkley bulldozes past him and able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 205 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense. 2nd down, here's Barkley again.
Oh, my
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Jets add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Hey, alert 3. Check.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones, he's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. To throw is Jones. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Jets are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is out.
Now Barkley stripped of the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. The 40, 20, and hold everything here. This one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it, and you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Santos with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
52 blaster.
6 guy. Check 6 guy.
Slice blue.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jets, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss.